Hey everybody, it is Justice for Comics. It is President's Day, Monday, about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know my family, kids had no school, wife didn't have to go to work, so I work from home every day, so every day is kind of same for me. So, yeah, so hopefully everybody's having a nice day off. Figured this would be a good time to maybe just run through the CovrPrice top 20. I'm not expecting anybody to join in the chat this time of the day. Yeah, I need to probably do at least 1 or 2 nights a week, maybe late. I think I'd like to do that more, where I'm a little bit more involved in the chat and I can get a lot more people, probably like past 9 o'clock. This time of the day, just not that many people on. So yeah, I'll go over the top 20 by CovrPrice, kind of give you my take on things, go over some of the books that are coming out. There is a final order cutoff coming on. I think it's today. I have to look. I got a bunch of emails for books, I believe, for the month of March. So hopefully you've got your pre-orders in. I'll go over a few things that you may want to take a look at, keep your eye on, maybe make sure you pick up a copy, just in case. We'll see what happens. All right, everybody. So we got 36 Chambers Tattoo Studio in the house. We got Ken Dorsky in the house. We got Cameron D. Yeah, it's a little bright out here. Normally I don't wear sunglasses, but I'm getting a little bit of glare. So instead of me squinting the whole time, I figured I'll just put some sunglasses on. So let's jump into it. Let me share my screen, and we'll jump into the top 20 list from CovrPrice. All right. All right, I think everybody can see my screen. So I get this email. Oh, it's not Esurance. Oops. Wrong email there. Chat. There we go. Where the hell is this email at? I just got it the other day. What the heck? Did I delete it by mistake? No, don't tell me I deleted it. Let me go into my trash. I may have deleted it. I don't know. Usually don't do that. That's really weird. I just had it up on the screen too. It's very strange. Bear with me, everybody. I'm going through my emails. I usually get this. I used to get it on like late Friday, early Saturday, and now it seems like it comes consistently every Sunday now. Let me just do a search here. Huh. Wow. You ever get that feeling that you're not in control of your computer? I had something the other day that I know I had saved it to a file, and for the life of me, I could not find it. It was really weird. I wonder if CovrPrice wouldn't have retracted that email. Would they have? That seems odd. That's really weird. I was just cleaning my laptop real quick because it was dusty. Maybe I deleted it by mistake. Oh, man. This is really weird. Yeah, it's not this one. That's the January 25th one. Well, guys, I guess I can go to their website. I do have a login for their website. Let me try that. It's really weird, though. I just had it on the screen. I must have inadvertently deleted it and didn't realize it. Yeah, see, on their website, it's kind of weird. On their website, they'll post their top 10. Usually the email shows the top 20 for the week. All right, yeah, wow, this is really weird. Let me just go back. Yeah, I don't get it. I didn't delete the email. Yeah, maybe I did delete it. Everyone's probably, anyone's joined the chat is probably like, what's going on? I hate when things don't work out right. God. Did I really delete that email? My God. All right, I'm going through all my emails that I got today. I get a lot of crap emails. Yeah, a lot of emails from different online comic book shops. Wow, epic fail. I know I got it this morning. Huh. Well, I guess what I may do then is just do their top 10 off their website. I don't know what the heck happened to the email. That is so frustrating. I just had it on my screen. I don't know, maybe in cleaning my computer, I deleted it, which makes no sense. Then normally you can search emails. If I type in CovrPrice, it's not pulling it up. It's pulling up the previous week. I don't know, guys. I don't know what happened. This is frustrating. Jesus. That's why sometimes I don't like to live stream. if I screw up, I can just go back and reshoot. But when you're live streaming, it's kind of like you're all the way in. So I guess we'll just do a top 10 here. This is bizarre to me. Yeah, week ending February 16th. So I guess instead of the top 20, I'll have to retitle this video the top 10. Sorry, guys. So the number 10 is Spider-Man Unlimited #1. This book has been pretty hot over the last year. Carnage. I know the Venom 2 movie is going to be coming out. Carnage will be a major part of that story. So maybe that's why this book's starting to move, but looks like there was a graded comic book sale around $80. 7-day trend up 74%. That's a nice cover, of course. That's a classic. I've owned that comic book in the past. I don't think I have it in my collection right now. I've got a lot of other Carnage books that I think are way better. Obviously, I have his first appearance, second appearance. I got the first appearance, second print, which is kind of a cool book. I've got a lot of that Carnage miniseries that was done by Clayton Crane. A lot of those books have gone up a lot in value. So I do have quite a bit of those in my collection. Some of them are pretty rare too. I've got some second prints that are really, really hard to find. But I don't have the Spider-Man Unlimited. This was always kind of an inexpensive book. I mean, I think you can find it around 20 to 25 bucks right now on eBay. I don't think it's super expensive. All right, the next book, number 9, is Uncanny X-Men 171 from 1983. Book. Let's rent. Looks like a graded sale this past week. It says raw currently around $20. 9/8 around $73. I don't think there's anything significant in this book. Some of these early, 1980, late 70 books. Well, this has to do with Rogue. Rogue comes to the X-Men for help because her powers are out of control, and Xavier lets her join. So this is Rogue joining the X-Men. So Rogue is going to be potentially in an upcoming Marvel, I think it's Captain Marvel, number 2. At least that's the rumor. So it's moving that book at the moment. So that might be a good one to put on your hit list. Uncanny X-Men 171. As you well know, if you've been watching my videos, I've been trying to pick up some of these minor and some major keys from the X-Men run. Some of them are expensive. Obviously, the well-known ones: X-Men 101, X-Men 94, 266, first full Gambit. Those are going to be a little pricey. But you can find other ones that are still, like I picked up 96, which was the first Moira McTaggart. I think it was also the first Brood, or an appearance of the Brood. So there's some issues like that are kind of minor keys, but also kind of major because they are important characters, and you can get them pretty affordably. I'm not going to say you're going to get it under $100 in high grade, but I've been finding that $80 to $130 price range for a really high grade, minor key in the X-Men run. I think those are worth going after, in my opinion. So that's a lot of what I've been doing this year, is kind of targeting those books. All right, number 8 on the list is Miss Marvel number 12. This was also on CBSI's top 10 list. This book is really on the move, up 254% in the last 7 days. Raw sales are around $13 to $15. So the buzz on this book, this is one that you might be able to find in a back issue bin. 2016, a lot of those books were mass produced and they didn't sell too well. So there may be a lot of shops that are holding on to those back issues. This is after the events of the Civil War. Kamala goes on a much-needed road trip. Will she be an international sensation or a menace? It's the first appearance of Red Dagger. So I don't know if this is a character that's going to show up in one of the Disney Plus series, but that first appearance is on the move right now, Red Dagger. So that may be one to keep your eyes on. Miss Marvel number 12 from 2016. Again, back issue bins, you might be able to dig that out for maybe $1, $2 book. So that might be one to make sure you look out for. Number 7 is Spider-Woman number 1. Not her first appearance. This is her first ongoing series. First appearance was Marvel Spotlight. I can't remember what number, 15 or something like that. This is not her first appearance, but it is a book that's hard to find in high grade. It's a black cover. I don't find a lot of them cheap. It's hard to find one without spine ticks. So if you can find a raw grade of this, it says here a typical sale in raw for $18.96. That's a low grade copy at $8. There's no way you're going to get a copy of that book for $20 in high grade. High grade, you're looking at 50 to 60 minimum, probably more like 75 to 80 in high grade. So they're saying here a graded 9.6 is selling around $75. I think that's a little underpriced. That's a tough book to find in high grades. The black cover makes it extremely difficult. Most of the copies I see are just have tons of spine ticks. To find one without a spine tick is pretty hard to find. So that one, you know, Spider-Woman, good character. You're going to probably see, again, Marvel's going with a lot of the female-driven characters lately, so don't be surprised if this book goes a little higher. Along with Marvel Spotlight. God, I can't stand not remembering. Let me just look it up real quick here. Yes, Marvel Spotlight 32 is her first appearance, and that also is a tough grade to find. That's a early 70s book. Finding that without spine ticks, you know, that's going to be over $100 for that book. So first appearance is where I would go. So if you really want to own Spider-Woman's first appearance, you know, Marvel Spotlight 32 would be the book to go after. This is a good second choice, though. You know, you should be able to get this one a little cheaper. All right, number 6 on the list is National Comics Rose and Thorn. This is a DC book. Not very familiar with this. 7-day trend seems like it's hitting around $13 to $15 in raw condition. 9/8 are still, you know, $40 to $50, so nothing super expensive. I'm assuming it's the first appearance of Rose and Thorn. I'm not really sure why this is on the list. Maybe this is being developed. Maybe it's optioned. I don't know if there's rumors of this coming out in a TV series or a movie. I'm not too sure, but that book is on the move. Looks like a graded comic hit $40, and there's been about 19 sales in the past week. All right, we also have number 5, Giant Size Defenders. Number 3, this is the first appearance of Korvac. He is rumored to be one of the next villains in the next Marvel movie. I don't know. I don't know that there's a lot of credibility to this. I don't know. It seems a little doubtful. I know people are going after this book because they think that is going to be the next big villain. I have a feeling if they're going to do a big villain, and it's going to be Galactus, would be the obvious choice. Now that Marvel has the Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer and Galactus all in their catalog now, I would imagine they would go after Galactus as the villain. So again, I'm not a big fan of this book. I mean, I think it's a good book to have long term. It's a cool book. It's the first appearance of a villain, of a fairly well-known villain, but you know, nowhere near on the scale of Galactus or Kang. Maybe Kang the Conqueror. You know, that's another rumored villain to maybe show up in one of the next movies. So don't put, you know, 7-day trend up 435%. I mean, it's just a little too much hype on that book. I don't know. I would be a little leery of it. Number 4 is Avengers Annual. Number 10, first appearance of Rogue. Again, Rogue is rumored to be in the next Captain Marvel movie. I have not heard whether that's been confirmed yet, but it is moving this book. 7-day trend up 124%. Graded comic 9/8 is going to be about a $500 book. 9/6 is about 150. Raw is going to be 70. I mean, I'd say $50 to $70. Just depends on how high grade you want. If you want a really high grade, no spine ticks, and really, really perfect condition, you're probably looking at $75 to $100 range. You know, again, it's 81. It's not my favorite cover. I mean, there's a lot going on in that cover. I think that's one thing that's held this book down. I mean, it's been a fairly affordable book for a long time. It's been well known. It's Rogue's first appearance. But that cover, I mean, first of all, you've got this big ad for a 10-speed racer bike on the front of the cover, which, again, 1970s. You know, that was kind of common in a lot of books. You know, Marvel shameless plug for advertising. Never say right. And that's kind of what Marvel was. I mean, they were like a used car salesman. Stan Lee was a used car salesman. If you don't believe me, go watch some of those old videos of him pitching comic books. It definitely has that used car salesman smell to it. And this is a perfect example of that. It's just a terrible cover, advertisement on the front. I mean, it's not a great looking book, but it's a key book for sure. Rogue's first appearance is always going to be in investors' minds. So if you can find a high grade copy, I would recommend picking that book up for sure. But it's definitely cover out there in my opinion, right? It's not a well-known cover. All right, number 3 on the list is Star Wars Rise of Kylo Ren number 3. Regular cover by Clayton Crane. I mean, it's a nice cover. The whole series, every issue's been sold out. I missed the boat on all of these. So usually when I don't get the first couple issues for CovrPrice, I don't chase it. So I've not picked up any of these copies. I'm a Star Wars fan, but not a hardcore one. So yeah, maybe in retrospect, I'm a little disappointed that I didn't pick these up. But for those that did, fantastic. And by the way, this is the Landini variant, not the Clayton Crane A cover, but they've all been selling well, regardless of the cover. So if you've been buying those, you're doing pretty well, and you should be happy. It's been a big book. Number 2 is Legion of Monsters number 1. This was on CBSI's Hot 10 list as well this week. Just appearance of Morbius. That's what's driving it. I don't think it's anything other than that. The 7-day trend is up 344%. Raws are selling around $37 to $40 range. Don't think there's any sales of a graded book, but that might be one that if you can find it in your comic book shop I would say if it's under $10, I would pick it up, but I wouldn't chase it. I don't think I would pay $25 or $30 for it, but I would rather I would put that money towards a second or third appearance of Morbius. I think those books are going to have a little bit more value long term, or first appearance if you can afford that. That's my take on that one. So number 1 on the list is, no surprise, Venom number 23, the Scotty Young variant. Just a hot book. A lot of people like Scotty Young's artwork. I'm an okay fan with it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's kind of middle of the road for me. I mean, so some people are having a hard on that it's Donny Cates' first appearance on a cover and Rhinestad. Who cares? Who cares about the comic book creators or artists? I don't think that really matters at all. I think people just like that it's a funny cover. It was a B cover. A lot of people just didn't pre-order that cover. I didn't. I've just been pre-ordering A covers from Venom. So again, I think it just kind of snuck up on people. And by the time everyone thought, oh, I got to go get that book, it's sold out everywhere. So I couldn't get it at my local comic book shop. I don't have a copy of it. I'm not going to go pay $25, $30 for it. No way. I don't think I would pay $10 for that. I think if you wait several months, you might, for sale on eBay around $8 to $10 pretty easily. I wouldn't, is my opinion. One comic for the week, according to CovrPrice. So I lost my my email. I don't know what the hell happened. I just had it on my screen. I must have deleted it. I don't know what the heck happened. There's some other books here that they've got listed that are kind of moving for the week. Thor number 3 seems to be doing well in sales. Eternals number 1. Obviously, the Eternals movie is still scheduled to come out this year. I think that's still doing well. I did get my Batman Pennyworth. I'm interested in reading that. I think I've heard that's a good read. So I'm interested in reading that. Lois Lane, #8. I guess that's another book that's been hot. First appearance of the what is it? The Kiss Assassin or something like that. I don't know. I could have bought that book. I passed on it. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? It's $15 to $20 book now. I picked up the first issue of Lois Lane because it was a Frism cover, but not been really collecting it. I think that's been pretty much the case with most of the sales on Lois Lane have been pretty pathetic. So of course, if there's anything they throw new, everyone's scrambling to get it because no one pre-ordered that book. There's not a lot of people collecting Lois Lane. I think the print run on that is lower than 5,000 copies per month, so it's a pretty low print run book. Just because no one's buying it is the main reason. Yeah, there's a lot of books here on the move. Morbius seems to be doing fairly well. Let me go back to the chat. I've been kind of ignoring it here. I'm going to probably get some heat for screwing up this freaking video. Yeah, Cameron D, technical difficulties, indeed. A lot of technical difficulties today. I don't know what happened to that email. Southern Comic Book, our Comic Geek, welcome, my friend. We Got Issues is in the house. JB, he's always hanging out with us. Yeah, false advertising. It is false advertising. I don't know what the hell happened. I had that email, and I was cleaning my laptop. Maybe I deleted it. It's weird. Like, why would that email disappear? And it's not in my trash. So I permanently deleted the email while cleaning my computer. It makes no sense to me. I don't know what the heck happened. I'm going to blame it on the North Koreans. They hacked my computer or something. There you go. Cameron D got that Spider-Man Unlimited for $9. That's a good deal. Who else we got here? And I got a lot of people, 20 people tuning in. My God. What a time to screw up my video. I got all these people checking in. BTC Moon Guy, what's going on, my friend? Rob Boswell, what's going on? Thanks for hanging out. Southern Comic Geek said I inadvertently won a Spider-Man #1 in a YouTube auction. Wow, awesome. So the comic gods have shined down on me. Yes, they have. Once in a while, they'll do that. Manny the Comic Collector, what's going on, my friend? All we got to do is go buy every first appearance. That's right. The thing to do is to buy them when no one cares, right? When everybody's talking about that first appearance is when it gets a little expensive. Especially all those people that go out and buy 9/8 copies. They need a graded 9/8 copy of that first appearance. Oh, man, crazy. Yeah, hopefully everybody did pre-order Batman '89. Manny knows. That book is going to be, I'm seeing prices on eBay for the set between $70 to $100 already for the set. Holy crap, that's nuts. I do have Batman '89 on my pull list, so I am guaranteed an A cover, and I pre-ordered the B cover because I pre-order every Matina cover in advance, but I'm not going to have any extra sets. I'm going to have one copy of the A cover and one copy of the B. That's it. And I'm okay. That's all right. It's going in the personal collection. I didn't have an opportunity to buy multiple copies. There's a lot of people that do that, and obviously that's a good book to flip. If you're getting it for cover price, putting it on eBay for $30, $35, you're making 10 times what you paid. It's definitely a good spec play. And this is the test of your local comic book shop, right? If you've got a pull box with a local comic book shop and you have it on your pull list, you should be guaranteed a copy. And if you call, if you called today or if you called the end of last week, you might have been able to get an extra copy from your local comic book shop. But if you're trying to call the day before, like tomorrow, if you're calling your LCS trying to get an extra copy of Batman '89, yeah, I think you're gonna strike out. So I'm pretty sure on Wednesday, most comic book shops, that book will not be on the shelf because I don't think a lot of owners do their appearance heavy on that book. I think the print run is going to be fairly light on that book. So, if you didn't pre-order it or if you don't have it on your pull list, yeah, you're kind of out of luck, man. You're going to have to pay your full retail, which is going to be $30 to $40 for that A cover. I think the Matina cover goes for a little bit more. The Matina cover is on a little bit more demand than the A cover. And of course, I think this coming next Wednesday is going to be years in number 3. That will to $40. I also pull a book I pre-ordered. If I'm not mistaken, I pre-ordered the B cover. I think there's 2 covers to that book, and I pre-ordered the Federici cover in advance. The A covers I did not pre-order, but I do have that on my pull list, so I'll at least have one set of that book, and I believe that comes out next Wednesday. Yeah, so that's kind of what's been moving on the plate lately, what's been kind of hot. We got a lot of people still in the chat. Let me throw some shout outs to, we got TD in the house. What's going on, my friend? TD is always hanging out with us quite a bit. Yep, everyone, FOC is today for Hellerism 3. Could be very under-ordered. And I believe that's for the second print. I think the first print you would have already had to have pre-ordered. So he recommends don't go big, but grab a couple. Yeah, so I've got one set at least. I mean, for the personal collection. I'm not going to probably have any extras, but yeah, everybody's going to be showing up at that comic book shop thinking they're going to get a Batman 89. I guarantee I'm not going to go to the comic book shop on a Wednesday morning, but I can guarantee you there'll be 10, 12 people lined up at least at one of the local I frequent on occasion. I guarantee they'll be piling up trying to. I think they're going to be disappointed though, because I'm pretty sure everybody. If you didn't pre-order that book, yeah, it's going to be tough to get one. I think the print around that book is pretty low. Cameron D says, I got both covers from my local LCS, and another posted they will not have any on the shelf. They have sold out already. Yep. That's going to be absolutely the common. Shops are not going to have any on the shelf. No way. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to get. Manny, 2 sets on hold. Nice. No doubt this line will be a pretty but 50, 60, maybe $100 book down the road. It's the week it came out, it was sold out everywhere. And because I thought, man, I'm paying a lot of money for this book that just came out at price, right? You can't get that book for $30 anymore. And unfortunately, which is not worth near as much, but yeah, you just don't know. You don't know what the future holds, that's for sure. Yeah, the eBay prices are nuts. Yeah, if you can avoid buying it on eBay, I mean, see if you can work a deal out with a local comic book shop guy. I mean, you're probably not going to get it for cover, but maybe you say, hey, I'll pay you double cover, triple cover. You know, that might be, he might be willing, you know, LCS shop owner might be willing to do that for you. But buying it for cover if you haven't pre-ordered or had it on a pull list, yeah. you're gonna have a tough time. Yeah, don't feel bad, T. I did the same thing. I missed the boat on that Kylo Ren, but oh well. Second Prince. There you go. There's at least you can read the book, right? And Manny said he skipped on cover B, but have 2 copies of cover A locked in. Yep. So the Matina cover is beautiful on that book too. So I just buy every Matina cover. So regardless of whether there's anything significant happening, I'm a big fan of Matina's artwork. So I pretty much grab every book he does a cover for. Let's see here. Yeah, TD picked up 2 copies of Venom 23. Very nice. Scotty variant cover. Beautiful. Good job on that. Cameron paid $10 for that Venom book. All right. Still a good price. Luis Ramirez 504's in the house. What's going on? Man, we got a lot of people here. I got to catch up here. We got Dollar Bin Fodder in the house. What's going on, my friend? And Agent J.R. Ewing. Yeah, this is a full house. 23. This might be a record. I think I've had like 25 to maybe 30 people total. I figured this would be a good time to do it. Who else is doing live shows on a Monday at 4 p.m.? But there's a lot of people that have the day off, so I figured it might be a good time to do it. All right. So there you go. FOC is 9 p.m. tonight for New Comic Book Day, 3 weeks from now. So you can still get, I think, a second print of Hell Risen number 3. I think that is still available on Final Order Cutoff. You can at least get a second printing, which will probably sell out, I'm sure. I agree. Punchline. That'll be a good. Well, there's going to be obviously a battle probably coming up between Punchline and Harley, so that'll be interesting. Uh-oh, I'm getting told that I'm cutting out. Let me switch over real quick. No, sometimes my mouth is a little sketchy, so I apologize if the audio is a little off. Zach B's in the house. What's going on, my friend? Yeah, we got a lot of people here. We got Hunter Thompson in the house. I'll get my 89 LCS is more magic shop, but I'm the only one who buys comics. Super honey hole. Very nice. Yeah, if you can find a little shop that is off the beaten path, man, that's the way to go. Where I'm at, there's only a few of them, and they're all owned by opportunists. I mean, if they know there's a hot book there, there's no way I can get it for cover. They'll jack the price up. That's just the way those guys are. That's why I don't do pull lists with them. All my pull lists are with Midtown. That's just the way I roll. I don't have an LCS right down the street from me. They're about 35, 40-minute drives from me, so that's the reason. Malcolm Giles, what's going on, my friend? All right, let me get to that Final Order Cutoff. There's some. I know I got a couple emails. I showed everybody my eSurance email, my renewal. Big Time Collectibles, I get stuff from them sometimes. Exclusive covers. I don't know. I don't really like this cover. Decorum, limited to 500 copies. I don't think that cover's that great. I don't care if it's only 500 copies. So what? That cover does nothing for me. I don't know. I would do a hard pass on that. It does not interest me at all. Sanctum Centaurium. This is their Final Order Cutoff. We've got several things listed here. Another book that seems to be hot is that Mercy #1. There's a lot of people specking on that book right now. I was going to show know if I have that email still. I think I may have deleted that one too. Let me see. Yeah, so like Sad Lemon. No, I did grab that Natalie Sanders Mercy #1. I love that cover. This other one I did not see till just now. Justine Franny. Interesting name. But that Mercy has some really nice covers. My favorite is, I think, the Frizzen cover, which I think I have the email on that. Let's see if I can pull that up, everybody. My show is so informal, I don't even know what's happening next. But it's okay. And I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I already know that. All right, so Unknown Comics has their final order cut off. Star Wars Bounty Hunters, I think that could be a big book. #1, I definitely pre-ordered the Bajermo covers. I'm going to probably grab, I don't think I pre-ordered the B cover by Carrie Andrews, and I don't remember seeing that, so I'm going to grab that when it comes out. That's a nice looking cover. I'll show that in a minute. Yeah, all right, let me go back. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of emails today on final order cutoffs. So this is a way to, some of these online websites, they'll still allow you to grab things. So yeah, so if you're looking for You're the Villain, Hell Arisen #3, second print, recolored original variant, you can still pre-order that for the month of March, $4.50. Man, they're not giving you a discount, are they? That's the thing too. When you pre-order a book, you should be able to get it for like at least 20 to 30% off when you pre-order. But man, a lot of times they don't do that. So I'm going to share my screen real quick of the yeah, no one wants to see my face. Let me. So there is the Carrie Andrews variant for Star Wars Bounty Hunters #1. I did not pre-order that, mainly because I didn't know what the cover was going to look like at the time. I think when I pre-ordered that book, I only had the A cover visible for me to see. So a lot of times I won't pre-order a book unless unless it's a Matina or somebody I really love all their artwork. Carrie Andrews' artwork is good. I mean, I do like most of the art that he produces, but once in a while his covers are not my favorite. So I didn't know what this was going to look like, but I like that cover. So I'm going to definitely buy that when it comes out. At this point, there's no need to pre-order it. It's too late to pre-order that book for me anyways, because I pre-order through Midtown. So I'm just going to grab that when it comes out on Midtown. Looks like a release date of March 4th. Just a cool looking cover. Boba Fett. I mean, who doesn't like Boba Fett? Mandalorian show's only going to make him more popular. So, yeah. So make sure you get Bounty Hunters #1. I think that's going to be a good book. Yeah, I agree, Cameron. There are a lot of covers for that Mercy #1. Yeah, pick the one that you like. The one I liked was the Frizzen cover. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Yeah. That cover is hot. I love that. That's one of my favorite Frizzen covers I've seen in a long time. I'm a big fan of Frizzen, and I just think that book is fire. I love it. So I did grab a copy of that. I think it was like 15 or 20 bucks. I pre-ordered it. I don't know what the print run on is. I don't think it's real low or anything. I think you can still get it. But I love that cover. The coloring, design of it, it's fabulous. So that's one of the covers I really like. by Frizen. There's an art germ that people like, and the art germ's nice too. I like that art germ. The art germ, though, I think it's just a regular variant. I don't, I think you can buy it for cover price. It's not an expensive cover. And then the Natalie Sanders one, I really liked. So I think those were the only. Yeah, the Natalie Sanders one's beautiful. I mean, that's very classy. I like that. So Natalie Sanders is becoming a lot more popular. She did that famous cover for that Harley book, which looks like a Vogue magazine. I picked that one up. And I like it way better than the Virgin. I mean, the Virgin is just a purple background. It's boring. This actually looks like a magazine cover. It's awesome. So I like the trade. This is the rare occasion where I think the trade dress is far better than the Virgin. So I went with the trade dress on that one. You just got to go with your instincts, I don't know. Sometimes my instincts are off, but most of the time they're on. Most of the time they're pretty good. I usually have a good feeling of what's going to be hot. This is another one. In Hook Lee did a cover for Mercy as well. I think it's this one. Ah, crap. Let me see if I can get a better blow up of that. I think I'm moving too fast. The computer doesn't know what to do. Yeah, so this is the In Hook Lee cover, which is beautiful as well. So I believe I picked up the In Hook Lee, the Natalie Sanders, and the Frizen, and the Frizen is my favorite. So that's what I think. I don't know. What do I know? Let me go back to the chat. Yeah, Natalie Sanders is amazing. I agree with you. I think about the new Metal Pulo and Snyder series. I'm hopeful that it's good. I mean, I liked the Dark Knight's Metal series. I bought all the issues. I thought it was decent. I think people were expecting it to be a little better than it was, but I still thought it was good. It's funny how the main villain, Barbados, right? Barbados, isn't that an island somewhere? Was not near as popular nor as evil as the Batman Who Laughs. So the Batman Who Laughs, it's the only thing that bothers me about that, is the Batman Who Laughs was not the central villain, and he really should have been the central villain. And I bet you Snyder looks back on that and probably thinks the same thing. Batman Who Laughs was a great invention. Barbados, very forgettable, very, very forgettable. And I wanted to mention too, some villain, there's a lot of villains that are created all the time. Very few stick. Very, very few villains actually have long-term value. So it's a well-known concept in comic book collecting. You're better off collecting heroes than villains, right? First appearances of heroes are far more likely to have staying power than the first appearance of villains, unless the villain is fantastic, big, epic type of villain. So one thing that makes a great villain is does it brand well. Batman Who Laughs, that brands very, very well. Null, the god of the symbiotes, right? That brands very, very well. Certain villains just don't. Omnipotentus. I went on a rant about this a couple weeks ago. Jim's Comics mentioned that he thinks the Black Winter will be Omnipotentus. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't think it will. I don't think Black Winter is going to be Omnipotentus, but it probably would be better if Omnipotentus just goes away And that villain is known as Black Winter because Black Winter is a name that has some staying power. Omnipotentus is a terrible villain name. Terrible. So I know Moon Girl 28's been blowing up. In fact, that book, after Jim did that video, there were people that paid over $120 for that Moon Girl 28 book. I mean, there were several sales above $100. And now that book's back down to about, I think you can buy it around $40 to $50 pretty consistently now in raw high grade. So you got to be careful of watching people's videos, including my own. I mean, if I mention something and the book's blowing up, it's not going to be because of me usually. It's because I'm mentioning something else that somebody else has said, like Jim's Comics, or it shows up on Key Collector or whatever. But be careful buying comic books in the midst of that hype. You know, I bought a copy of Moon Girl 28 based on Jim's Comics original recommendation well over a year ago, probably a year and a half ago. I picked it up for like $12. I thought it was a terrible comic book. I thought the villain was terrible. Moon Girl is a terrible comic book. I think I bought that one and maybe a couple issues after that just to give it a try, and I canceled it very quickly because it's a terrible comic book. So, again, take that with a grain of salt. If you're getting spec information from a YouTuber, especially someone like Jim's Comics, who has a lot of subscribers, you know, obviously he can mention something and it moves the market. He was mentioned in CovrPrice. That email that I don't have, it actually mentions Jim's Comics in the comments section about Moon Girl 28. So believe it or not, his little channel of 8,000 subscribers moved the market on that book because there was only, I think the original print run on that book was less than 7,000 copies. So yeah, there was only like 3 or 4 copies on eBay to begin with. But you know, that poor soul that paid $100, $120 for that book, man, I don't think he'll ever see break even. I mean, I remember when Donnie Cates had mentioned Sidorak, right? I think Doctor Strange number 44 blew up. That book blew up, and I think I bought 6 or 7, maybe 8 copies. I think I have 7 copies still in my collection, and I paid like less than $3 a piece for them. So I bought them for nothing. And I think it's still like a $10 to $15 book, but at one time that was like a $50 book. I should have sold them all at $50. I mean, stupidly I held on to them. It's still a first appearance, but again, the hype is very, very quick. Once it dies down, the price dies down quite a bit. So you've just got to be very, very, very careful on those books. I don't think there's sustainability to some of these books. I mean, I understand the print run is low on some of them, but again, you think in terms of long term. You know, the villain Null, right? The God of the Symbiotes, that has staying power, in my opinion. Omnipotentus does not. It just doesn't. That's a terrible name for a villain. So you got to think in terms of that kind of scale. That's just my opinion. I've been collecting comic books for 30 years. You know, I've got a lot of comic books in my collection. I've made lots of mistakes. Believe me, you want to learn from somebody who's made lots of mistakes. And I continue to make mistakes, so don't think that I've got it all figured out. I don't. I definitely make plenty of mistakes, but just be careful. You know, when the Hot 10 list comes out, you know, if you can get it early, if you get that list early and you find a book on eBay for $10, $15, buy it. You know, it probably will go to 30, 40, but don't be that guy that pays right at the height of the market. And Moon Girl 28 was a perfect example of that. So just be careful. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people agree with me on this Barbados. I mean, that's the only thing with Dark Knight's Metal. It's like Barbados was the big villain, and who cares about Barbados? Nobody. It really fell flat for me. The only thing that did well on that series was the introduction of Batman Who Laughs. I think that was a major, major villain that came out. I see DC promoting that villain for years and years to come. So the important book, I would say, if you've got a big run of Dark Knight's Metal, sell all of them and take that money and buy as many Teen Titans 12s as you can, because that's the only book that's really going to have value, is Teen Titans number 12. So if you've got multiple copies, sets of Dark Knight's Metal, fire sale that stuff. Sell it all. It, in my opinion, is not going to be worth anything. Teen Titans 12 is where the money's at. So that's my opinion on that. I don't know if anybody agrees with me or not, but hey, we'll go back to the chat here. We got Funko Pops. What's going on, my friend? Yeah, T, I believe I agree with you. Null. I think Marvel's planning something big this year. Obviously, the build up with the Carnage, with the Carnage series, they're building up something for Null. So I would expect at some point this year, Null's going to be a major part of the Marvel universe. So get ready. That Venom number 3 book's going to blow up even more in price, I think. Yeah, Null is basically Elric, right? So I've been saying that forever. You know, the blonde, long blonde hair, the dark. He's kind of like a vampire-looking character. I mean, that's what Elric is. And yeah, I definitely think he would do very, very well in the movies. So Venom number 3, I would say that one and Teen Titans 12. Those 2 books are probably one of the best first appearance books in the last several years. You've got to have those books in your collection if you want to be a long-term comic book collector. I would agree. You got to pick up those books. Dollar Bin Fodder has a good point. DC spec is not having a lot of staying power these days. Yeah, I mean, look at Batman 77. Am I wrong about that? That book blew up when it came out. And I think the prices have settled back down quite a bit on that book. I don't think you have to spend a ton of money to get that book now. So just be careful. I mean, pick up everything you can at CovrPrice or pre-order books. That's the way to go. Has a good spec here. A lot of YouTube channels are saying Null will be in Thor number 4. Yeah, that's definitely a book I think you should have on your pre-order list. You never know what Donny Cates is going to do. I mean, he likes to surprise people. I know Jim's Comics. I watched his video. It came out on Sunday. I don't think Jim's Comics likes me lately because I sort of poo-pooed his Moon Girl 28 pick. So I don't think he liked that I did that, but I give him all credit. He's a fantastic channel. I get a lot of great speculations based on his channel. And he said you may want to check out Valkyrie number 8 that comes out this Wednesday. That could have the first appearance of Black Winter. It's sort of a tie-in to the Thor book. So you may want to pay attention to Valkyrie number 8. I have no idea if that's confirmed or not. I don't think it has been confirmed. So if it's not Valkyrie number 8, yes, I think the thought on that is that Thor number 6 could be a major book to have as well. So hopefully you've got that on your pull list. I have Thor on my pull list every month, so I definitely won't miss that if it does come out. T says, did anyone see Anti-Life Matter that resurrects dead souls? Valkyrie issue 8. So there's something going on in Valkyrie number 8. I grabbed a copy just in case. I don't know if that's going to be a significant book or not, but it's one to watch. Thor: God of Thunder number 6. Yep. So that's technically. Was that? That's technically the cameo of Null. I believe that's considered Null's cameo. But if it's interesting, if you get that book CGC'd, they don't mention anything about Null. So I don't know if CGC is going to change their labels at some point and mention, Null's cameo appearance. But first appearance first full appearance is definitely Venom number 3 for Null. Number 6, he's sort of a, what is he in? He's just he's basically in symbiote form, right? In number 6, so he's not a fully realized character in Thor: God of Thunder number 6. It's a good book to have in your collection, though, no doubt, because I think when Null blows, I mean, when Null really blows up and he's in a Marvel Universe movie, Venom number 3 is going to be a big book. I think that's going to be a $150, $200 book in raw condition, meaning the graded copies are going to be 5, 6. And I know the print run on number 3 is still, it's not real low. The road. It's not real high. It's not real low. It's sort of in the medium. But there are variants. I mean, there is a couple variants for number 3. There's second prints that are a little lower print run. I bought all the first appearances of Null, second prints, third prints, the variant covers. I think Molina did a couple variant covers. I bought a couple of those. I still think you want to definitely, if you don't have a lot of those Venom number 3s in your collection, make sure you do, because I do think that book is going to go a lot higher in price. So if you can sell your Moon Girl 28s for $75 to $100, take that money and go buy Venom number 3, because I'm pretty sure long term your Venom number 3 is going to do way better than Moon Girl 28. That's just my humble opinion. That's just my opinion on that. I have no idea if that's right or not, but that's just my hunch on that. We got Issues is in the house. What's going on, my friend? Let's see real quick if there's any news on CBR. I didn't get a chance to check this. I haven't checked this all weekend, so there could be some good stuff in here. Usually I go to CBR and I'll check comic news. Anything that's sort of interesting will sometimes be in here. Deathstroke annihilates a bunch of white supremacists. Why would zombies be white supremacists? That seems very weird to me. I don't know. It seems lately our culture likes to just do a lot of racial stuff. I don't know. It seems weird to me. Who cares about white supremacy? It's stupid. Yeah, Wolverine number 1 comes out this Wednesday. I don't know. They printed the crap. I mean, Marvel they printed a ton of covers. The print run that's going to be probably 100,000, 120,000. So, I don't think that book's ever really going to be a huge book. Yeah, see, here's another article kind of confirming Batman Who Laughs, DC's most important villain. I mean, that just tells you that Dark Knight's Metal, the main villain was a guy named Barbados, and who cares about Barbados? Everyone's talking about Batman Who Laughs. So that was a major miss for Snyder. Snyder is not that great of a writer, in my opinion. I think he's okay. I liked some of his Batman runs. Black Mirror was a good run. The Court of Owls was a good run. I mean, a solid run. But mostly Dark Knight's Metal was, other than Batman Who Laughs, it was really kind of mediocre. So I'm a little skeptical of Dark Knight's Metal 2. I don't know if that's going to be good or not. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, I don't know if Snyder reads his criticisms or not. Hopefully he does. I think if I was a writer, I would definitely read the criticisms way more than the praise, because I want to appeal to the person that doesn't like my work. I don't know. That's just the perfectionist in me. If I was a writer, I would be focused more on the critiques and the criticism more than, hey, he's a great writer. I mean, that's just the way I think. I don't know if Snyder thinks that way or not, but Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's so. I'm hopeful that the series will be good. I have no way of knowing, but yeah, Manny comic entry is full of SJW. It is, no doubt about it. It's still a great industry. I mean, I still love comic books, even though there's always problems. So dollar bin fodder, he knows. Print run on Venom, 57,000. So it's probably every cover, right? A, B cover variants. Still pretty low. I mean, it's not real high. It's sort of in the middle. Like I said, high print run is 100,000 or more these days. Low print run is probably under 20,000. So it's sort of right in the middle. Right in the middle. So those variant, the 1 in 25 variants will be worth money for sure. Yeah, first cover appearance. So there's a second or third print of Venom #3 that has Null on the cover. That sells pretty consistently around $20. So that book's not quite as high as the regular A cover, but it's still up there. JRK Comics. Zombies are brain dead, yes. I don't think zombies care about your race anymore. I think they just want to eat brains. So, I don't know. TD says, great advice on selling Moon Girl issue 28. Putting it up for sale as soon as I get home. Oh, man. Well, the good news is I don't think Jim's Comics watches my channel, so he probably won't care that I'm telling people to get rid of Moon Girl 28. I don't think he watches my channel anymore, so there should be no problem with that. Yeah, the Venom #3, 1 in 25 is a great pick. I'll show that real quick so everybody knows what that looks like. I believe it's a Molina cover. It's a nice looking cover. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. So, $50, $60 on eBay now. I don't know. There's a Euro variant. That's weird. Yeah, so there's the Molina cover. It's kind of cool. That's the 1 in 25. I've got 2 copies of that. I picked them up both up pretty cheap, right around ratio, maybe a little cheaper. I think I picked up one of them up for like $12 or something. I don't know, at the time. It was easy to buy it at the time. Obviously, there is the regular A cover and the Molina cover next to each other. Yeah, I got 7 copies of that A cover. And the Null cover, I think that is also going to be here. Just change that. Yeah, there's the, I think that was the San Diego Comic-Con variant. I know that's, I think that was a San Diego Comic-Con variant. Believe it or not, I think I have at least 3 of those, 3 or 4. I think I ordered 5 of those, all for CovrPrice when it came out. I think I have that one as well. Which I think it's the middle one there. Yeah, the black and white. I have that one for Venom #3. The Molina variant. And where's the second print with Null on the cover? Maybe I have to type in second print. I think that's the second print. Oh, here we go. Third printing. The third print has Null on the cover. So that's his first cover appearance. That's a $20 to $25 book all day long. Lower print run definitely than the regular cover, but the second print also does pretty well with Miles. I think it has Miles Morales on the cover. That one also sells around 20, 25. So these are all good books. Yeah, I mean, my suggestion was make sure you've got Venom #3 in your collection. I think long term, that's the book you want to have. As far as villains, let me go back to the. We got Comic Crypt of Castle Hills. What's going on, my friend? Yeah, Venom 4 is a good book to have. Origin of Null. Print run's a little lower. Yep, you get a backstory on Null. That's a good book to have in your collection as well. And it sells for pretty good money, too. I mean, it's definitely one that I think people kind of ignored a little bit was the issue 4. Secret Invasion and Dark Avengers are back issue, are grabs. Yep, I agree with you, Wolf. I believe I have Secret Invasion. I don't know if I think there's some variants, though, that I don't have. I have to look into that. I know I've got the regular covers. And I have some of the Dark Avengers. I don't know if I have all the keys. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, Dollar Bin Fodder says Secret Invasions #1 is a $250,000 ordered book. Yeah. So the A cover is probably not going to do you too much. You probably need like, I think they had like 1 in 50 variants on Secret Invasion #1, if I remember right. Yeah, that was a heavily printed book. And it didn't do really well as a series. I remember it kind of being kind of a failure. There was a couple variants in that book. Yeah, there was a black and white one, sketch variant by McNiven. That's probably the one to get, is the sketch variant. I don't know what the ratio on that was, if that was a 1/25 or what the story is. Yeah, that's if I go to eBay, see what sketch is going for. Yeah, it's a 1 in 75, so that's definitely a harder book to pull. I don't think I have that one in my collection. That's a $75 book pretty easily, right? I see one for 75. Buy it now. Not a lot for sale on eBay. I think there's just one copy that I see. There's another one for 70 plus shipping. It's about 75. Yeah. There's a third print sketch by Linnell Yu that you can get for $10. It's not quite as good as that McNiven one, though. McNiven one's the one you want to get. So if you're speccing on Secret Invasion being a big hit, that book blowing up at some point, you definitely want to have that McNiven sketch. And I think there's only 2 on eBay. 2 copies. They're $75 a piece. So that might be one you have to hunt for. Maybe see if you can find one that has an auction on it. Your LCS, I mean, that's just not a book you'll find very easily in your LCS. I mean, it's selling about ratio, right? It's $75 book. That's about what the ratio was. Yeah, there's only 2 copies. 2 copies on eBay. That's it. So Wolf Warner says spec heavy on Secret Invasion. If you're going to spec on Secret Invasion, I agree. Do not buy the regular A cover. I mean, if you got it in your collection already and you pay cover price, great. I don't think that book's going to blow up, but the sketch one should, right? Because it's a lot more rare. 1 in 75. Yeah, that's really, really rare. Boy, somebody even has a an original sketch. The original sketch of that cover for sale for $1,000. Wow. That's interesting. So if you go on eBay right now and type in Secret Invasion #1, and type in sketch, one of the listings is the actual sketch drawing, the original drawing done by McNiven. It's for sale for $1,000. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a good drawing. But yeah, if you're into original artwork, that'd be kind of a cool one to have. Imagine if that book blows up. Imagine what that $1,000 sketch is worth. Can you imagine? Just think about it for a second. What do you think the original cover work sketch pencils on Hulk 181 would be worth today? Right? How many tens of thousands? It's just crazy to think about that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a big art, I don't collect a lot of original art, but because it is expensive. But man, that would be a very interesting. That would be an interesting thing to spec on. Would be the cover of that Secret Invasion. All right, Long Box Diving is in the house. What's going on, my friend? Yeah, variant as well. So the variants, yeah. If there's a book that you have a high degree of confidence in that will do well, you always want to see if you can find the lower print run variants, the 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, 1 in 100s. Those books are obviously going to blow up exponentially on that. So those are good books to pick up on. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit more money, but have a little bit more movement on them if that book blows up. And Dogbin Fodder says, disappointed that the MCU really going to Secret Invasion way over Dark Avengers or Secret Wars, if that's what happens. Yeah, Secret Wars, that's also been heavily spec'd on, that they're going to come out with that storyline in the Marvel Universe. I mean, that's at least a couple years away, so who the heck knows what they're going to do. I know they've got the next year planned. I think 2021. I think we'll find out all of next year what their plans are, what Marvel plans on those books, or those movies. So that's going to blow up a lot of speculation. It could be any of those: Dark Avengers, Secret Wars, Secret Invasion. A lot of those books could move based on what comes out, but we don't know yet, obviously. All right, guys. Anything else you guys want me to look at? I think I also went into yeah, well, I'm almost afraid to look. Probably going to crash my computer. Yeah, all these pop-ups come up. God. Be careful when using Bleeding Cool's website. They're yeah, it's not working. Oh, there we go. I had to reload the page. I don't know if there's anything. I didn't. Let's. Again, you can see all the pop-ups on the page. This website. You're better off using a browser that doesn't allow pop-ups, like Brave. I always give that tip to people. If you want to use a really good internet browser, use Brave, BRAVE. I know a couple developers, IT developers, and that's what they tell me to use. You won't get viruses, you won't get pop-ups. But of course, if you're trying to click on something that is requiring a pop-up, you also won't be able to do that. So, yeah, we'll have to see. So this is an interesting article. James Tynion IV on how his Batman will have a lot more energy than Tom King's. So, Tom King's going to get shit on for a while, probably. But it looks like Joker is going to be a big part of Tynion's run. Punchline, obviously, is going to be in it. So they're going to dive a little bit more into Joker. It says that there's plans of a Joker war. DC solicits for May, come out this past week. The Joker war that I've been hinting at or directly referring to for a while just got officially announced. It'll be running in Batman from issues 95 through 100. There's a very dramatic hook at the end of 94, and not the one hinted at on the cover. And and that dramatic hook is going to invert the usual dynamics of a major Joker attack on Gotham. Joker's got the resources to attack the city, and Batman beyond anything he's had before. So they're basically saying, make sure you order heavily on Batman number 94. So if you're doing your May pre-orders, you may want to at least grab 2 copies of Batman 94. There might be something major going on in that book. At least that's what's hinted at here by James Tynion. I think that was on his Twitter post. But yeah, Tom King's run was not that great. I think he fell flat when supposedly the wedding was supposed to happen. That didn't happen. And then ever since then, he was sort of trying to build off, trying to get back from that. So I think Tom King was fighting an uphill battle most of the way. I think a lot of people didn't like Batman, smacking Robin and sort of being violent towards Robin and then killing off Alfred. I think a lot of people did not like that. So Tom King, I don't know that he'll ever do anything major for DC again. I think he's on his way out. I've been predicting that I think Tom King sometime this year will announce that he's leaving DC. He's either going to go independent and do his own stuff, maybe with Image or another publisher, or he might go to Marvel. I think that would be shocking if he goes to Marvel. But hey, Bendis went to DC, so it wouldn't surprise me if one of the DC guys goes to Marvel. Wouldn't be all that shocking to me. I think DC is sort of on the outs with Tom King. So that's just the feeling I get. I've read a lot about insiders saying the same thing, so I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but I have a feeling later this year we're going to know a little bit more about that. There is an article here about Punchline. It says Punchline should be the devil. Out this Wednesday. It's already sold copies on eBay for $35 raw and $130 in 9.8 CGC. So Punchline is Joker's new girlfriend. Took to his mailing list and shared his original description to Joker war artist Jorge Jimenez. So yeah, a little bit more inside information on Punchline. She has a porcelain mask. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to find out probably more about her. Probably not. Obviously, in issue 89, it's just a cameo. Hell Arisen is going to be a first full appearance, but her origins might be in like Batman 90 or 91, is what I'm guessing. So you want to make sure you have Batman on your pull list. Definitely the orders are going to be going up on these. So 86 through 89 are probably going to be hot books just because the print run was low. A lot of people did not have that on their pull list because they had quit Batman from Tom King's run. So you've got like a recipe there to see that run do pretty well, I think. I don't know. That's just my feeling on it. All right. That's enough. I think I've been on here a while. I'm running out of things to talk about. I apologize for screwing up that CovrPrice top 20 list. If I do find that email, I might just do a video of it and post it later, where I do a little bit more in-depth analysis of all the 20 of that top 20. I don't know what happened to it. I must have deleted it. I got to see if I can get CovrPrice to resend it to me. All right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. It's President's Day. Hopefully some of you had the day off. I'll have another video out on Wednesday highlighting new comic books that are coming out on Wednesday. So look for that video in the afternoon on Wednesday. Hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you soon.